Hello, we're back, and it is episode 86.
Got my driver's license in 86.
Oh, are you serious? 86. The
Yep.
year the Bears should have won the Super Bowl again, but didn't.
No,
All right, it was a great year, though. And we're back. Our special guest, Mr. Chris Bronke, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back, Mr. Bronke.
He's
Thank you for having
returned
me.
once again to help us out, to help us to understand Portuguese.
If that's what I'm here for, you got the wrong guy.
Which we 85 times we've tried, and now we're on our 86. So we'll see if we can do
86 is
it.
a charm.
Yeah. All right, so this one is called A Note to Fernando Pessoa by Jose A. Alcantara. And this was originally published in the Beloit Poetry Journal, winter of 2016-17, so this is very current. And here we go. I'll just go ahead and read it, and then we'll go from there. So, A Note to Fernando Pessoa. We must not be afraid to buy the bananas in the street, the yellow bananas with the black splotches. The bananas hawked by sellers with unseemly yet beautiful voices, the bananas that have captured the entire morning sun in their electric skins. Even if the eyes of the seller do not meet our eyes in the way we think they should, even if the scales read a little high, we must buy the bananas. For what else is there? And if our voices break when we ask the price, if we change our minds, picking first this bunch then that one, then let us fail perfectly with bananas in our hands, yellow bananas with black splotches, and the sun swinging at the ends of our arms as we walk. Okay, so there's the poem itself. There's a whole lot of bananas going on here. But I read it at first and I thought, what an interesting topic. Bananas.
Bananas.
Buying bananas on the street. And then I thought, okay, well, wait a minute. If he wrote this to Fernando Pessoa, who is that guy? So Fernando Pessoa was a Portuguese poet, and that's part of what I love about doing this show is I learn about these artists that either for whatever reason have kind of faded in time or that we don't, as Americans, don't know. But apparently he is the man in Portuguese writing. One of the most significant literary figures of the 20th century, the greatest poets in the Portuguese language. This is really weird about this guy, or interesting. He wrote under 75 different pseudonyms. He did not call them pseudonyms, but they had their own intellectual life, and he called them heteronyms or heteronyms. These imaginary figures sometimes held unpopular or extreme views, I found. So I think I'm going to start doing that. I mean, what a great,
I'm going to create some.
what a great, you know what I
I'm
mean?
going to create some heteronyms
Yeah,
tonight.
this is not me. It's my heteronym, Frank. And
Yeah.
he, you know,
Frank Jones.
Yeah,
just,
Frank Jones.
Frank is a jerk. He is such a jerk.
he doesn't like Italian food. I mean, the guy is just he's
no use for him.
The true sign of a jerk. Right.
Can you ever trust him who doesn't like Italian?
Yeah, right. I mean, maybe as Frank, I could root for the Packers.
But does he
and actually
like
pick a good team.
bananas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to talk to him. I'm going to create another heteronym, write a poem to him, and then we'll find out. But anyway, so that's Fernando Pessoa, and you can see the picture of Fernando here, circa 1914. And what I thought was interesting. Well, I'll wait and see what you guys think. Just looking at this guy and having read the poem, do you see any connection, or what do you
To
think?
bananas?
Why? You tell me. Why would he write a note to this guy about buying bananas? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Is it like a Marxist thing where, because he looks to me like a Soviet, and if this was, when was he writing? Oh, well, yeah, 88 to 35, right? So like you're going to support the workers, the banana. You're going to support the market.
in this World War I era when this picture was taken, and probably when he was most active, I'm assuming, because he would have been in his like 30s-ish. In World War I time, or 40s?
I don't know. This might be way out there.
Give it to us. What do you got?
It almost feels as if the poet, Alcantara, for some reason may have been frustrated by the fact that Pessoa had all of these heteronyms. And this is sort of his way of saying, like, we can't be afraid to speak out. With our own name, right? Even if we don't meet the seller's eyes, we must buy the bananas, right? For what else is there? And he says, if we change our minds, like, which kind of feels like changing our identity a little. Probably a huge stretch, and not at all what Alcantara was trying to do.
Yeah.
But he says, then let us fail perfectly, but we'll have our bananas in our hands. We'll be ourselves. And then we've got this nice image of the sun, right? So it's like, you'll be good.
It's going to be great. You have.
Right.
I love that line. The sun's swinging at the end of our arms, so he's got his bananas. He's ready to go and greet the day.
Strutting it out,
The banana strut.
I guess I was trying to read it as, in the end, that the bananas represent like happiness, right? And like I don't know this other guy's poems.
Right.
Maybe they're very dark and brutal, and Jose Alcantara is like, hey, sometimes happiness,
Right.
even if it's splotched with black, and even if it comes from an unseemly place, right? Like you still have to maybe, because the bananas certainly by the end represent the sun. Right, even if the black splotches, right? Like because bananas are good,
Yeah.
right? Like I mean,
Most people
bananas
like
are a
I like
simple.
bananas.
They're
I
the
mean-
most eaten like food in the world, or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the most eaten fruit in the world for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you can make
like,
banana bread with these because they
bet
got the
rice.
spots on them.
That's
Yeah,
true.
so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
sure.
perfect time to do it.
I
Right.
bet rice is more easy,
Probably.
or grains. Yeah, but bananas I think are the #1 fruit in the world.
Yeah. Well,
This
go ahead.
this line of and if our voices break,
Right.
this kind of sense of nervousness almost
Right.
at possibly buying, like almost you're like scared to go.
Social
buy
anxiety.
it.
almost,
Yeah.
right?
See, I thought
Yeah.
it was that like the people selling the bananas are trying to sell them for too much.
Oh,
And
sure.
you don't want to pay too much, but you're trying to be nice and support the guy
Yeah.
because he needs money because he's selling bananas. I mean,
But you don't want to haggle, which I hate.
Right,
It's
right.
in a market like this. But I think when I was going to put this together, I thought of going and getting a Pessoa poem and showing it. But then when I read he had 75 different personalities.
how would you know if you
So
actually?
which one is this?
We've
really
probably
him?
read many Pessoa poems in our lives, and we just don't know it.
Yeah, right. It was actually all the 85 people we've done so far on this show. I saw when I looked at this guy's picture and I read the lines for what else is there, and he says, "Let us fail perfectly."
Right.
I feel like it's almost like an obsessive compulsive thing, right? And he has to look at all the different bunches, and and he keeps mentioning the black splotches. It's almost like Alcantara is writing to Fernando Pessoa and saying it's okay, like you don't have to take it to that level
Yeah.
of specificity. It's going to be all right. You can interact with other people. You can buy bananas quickly and efficiently.
And I guess I thought it was like you got to buy the
and it
bananas.
doesn't have to be perfect.
Right, because I guess again I was reading it. Bananas are like happiness
Right.
or simplicity. Like you, because what else is there in life except for trying to be happy and
Yeah.
support people and be part of the community?
Simple
and,
pleasures and
yeah,
things like
simple
that.
pleasures. That's
Yeah.
how I kind of
Yeah.
ended up.
That's good.
reading it.
Yeah, I thought it was just a weird thing to write about. Some great lines. The other one I really liked, the entire morning sun in their electric skins.
Yeah.
So you get that almost psychedelic thing going on as he looks at these bananas.
Now I would point out though that there are 14 lines here, so we are in sonnet territory.
I was
Aha.
literally doing the same
yeah,
thing.
and the turn for what else is there?
Line 9.
Right, that
Yeah.
would be the sestet there at the end.
Correct.
It doesn't rhyme correctly,
Right.
but that is a turn.
Right, let us fail perfectly. In other words, it's okay to not have the perfect bunch of bananas. It's
Right.
not okay. It's okay to not expect happiness to be
Perfect happiness.
every time and last forever and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested in finding out more about Fernando Pessoa
Yeah.
now after reading this poem.
agree.
Cool. Thanks for watching. Join the conversation on Twitter at Trojan Poetry DGN and check out our website at trojanpoetrydgn.blogspot.com.